Well, it's time to head to DevNexus.
Now, all Java applications need data. I don't care if we're talking about Spring App, Jakarta EE, one of those other stacks, doesn't matter. Everybody needs data. Now, you may think there's an exception, like gateway apps, for example. Gateway app doesn't need data, right? Well, that's the exception to the rule. Basically, every real meaningful app needs data. About 20 years ago, I worked on a contract, and it was this thing where we had to have 5 nines of availability. That's like, I don't know, a minute and a half or 2 minutes of downtime a year. And we had to do an update. So what did we do? The whole engineering team showed up on a Sunday night, like 9 p.m. We were trying to find when could we do the update that would have the least amount of impact on customers. And we figured out that was the window of opportunity. You can't do that anymore. Today's day and age, everybody's got customers around the globe in every time zone. You have millions, billions of users for some systems, and trying to find this window to do an upgrade just doesn't work. People need resilience, they need scalability, they need confidence in something that can support them. And for apps, since just about every app is talking with the data, they need a database that goes with that.
In order to build these bigger systems, it involves knowing how to write better queries. It means understanding what's actually happening in the enterprise. So, we've worked for years, perhaps decades, at trying to figure out how to hide the network, hide the computer, make it where you're dealing with this abstract, almost ethereal entity. That doesn't work. You need to know that, well, the data I'm talking to is in the data center with me, or it's on the other side of the continent. What we really need is we need the right kind of training to teach us, how the system is working, how to leverage it, how to understand the trade-offs. Because if you don't know what's going on, you won't know what to do. What if your app that you're building has to have vendors in New York and San Francisco and Dallas? Well, somebody that's in New York is not going to order from a restaurant in San Francisco. So it makes sense to have all the New York data live in the data center in the East Coast and have all the San Francisco vendors have that data live on the West Coast. This is where it pays off to understand where the data centers are, what's locality, what is multi-regional data. And this is where we need to have the right kind of education.